That leads us into as above, so below.
Okay, let me hear about that.
So everybody knows about the law of manifestation. I'm actually going to ask you.
Yeah, not everybody knows about the law.
Well,
not everybody knows about the Hermetic laws.
Law, what's your favorite law? I like cause and effect. I like to see
cause
the
and
reaction.
effect is pretty profound. I really like.
You want me to tell you how to tell time or tell the future? Right?
Let me hear
Ready
it.
for this?
Okay. Yeah. Let me hear that. This is a good one.
So they say there's different dimensions, and they say not dimensions, density, which I'll get to in a little bit. But imagine you're standing over a quarry or something, and there's water down below, and it's super, super flat, and you take a big rock and you drop it down there. What happens?
It creates ripples.
Huge ripples, big splash. You knew it was going to happen when you threw it.
Yeah.
So your cause, now what's the effect? Ripples. What else?
Big sploosh sound.
The waves are going to keep going.
Yeah.
What happens when they hit something?
They're going to reverberate back.
What happens if someone is in this little exercise standing on the beach?
Then they will experience the ripples.
Okay. So now you know all stages of what things can happen. So you can either be the guy on the beach, or you can be the rock, or you can learn to be all three. And in reality, you are all three. So
yeah, that's true.
That's another story for another time. But
I like the law of cause and effect.
Realize that you're going to cause waves, whether you're walking into a room, whether it be one thing that you say, you choose to eat, you can see the reactions of others. And after doing the same thing over and over, you can see their reaction, their energy, and they're going to do.
These seem to be immutable laws, meaning that
now,
you can agree with them or not, but they're like
of trouble, and I learned the hard way.
Sure.
So,
and to the degree,
sorry, Mom.
Yeah, and to the degree that we can that we can accept this as a possibility and understand it and then apply in our lives will determine our success and happiness. And our ignorance to that law, we will suffer those, or we will get to experience the consequences of our ignorance.
And I think you got to realize that everybody thinks like them. But there's got so much going on in their brain that you can control their energy because they're not ready for you to be happy or sad or whatever you do. You're controlling energy. You can control the future events and be the rock, be the wave, and see what happens.
Yeah. So my favorite of the Hermetic principles is mentalism, because from a certain aspect is that if the hierarchy of the energy would be the mental vibrations. Now, I'm supremely confident that there is a hierarchy even more elevated than just mentalism.
Hold on, let's go back here. What does the exact law say for those out there that might be mentalism?
That's
mentalism.
the
all is mind.
Yeah, the all is mind. So if you were to then just substitute the all implies that it's everything. There's nothing outside of the all. Otherwise,
the all is the all. Everything that we see.
The all is the all. But this is a good point of clarification. The all is the all. There's nothing outside of the all. Okay. Otherwise, it would not be the all. So if nothing is outside of the all, then anything that you can think of is part of the all.
And they all come from the same one thing.
Yeah, it all comes from the one thing. And if we want to call that one thing God,
everything that is a thing comes
source,
from the one thing.
The one thing. And if we call that one thing God or 0 point energy or consciousness, whatever mouth word we want to give this name, we'll just say it's the all. Because sometimes that demystifies, but also decharges. Well, some people don't like the term Godhead. Some people are offended due to traumas, etc., indoctrination, that they don't like the term God. So recognizing that we know that, it's okay.
It's just a word. So that's another thing.
So if we call it the all,
have trauma over one word, you're wasting so much time and energy in a lower vibrational state that is just, it's like, why? And I used to get so much, and I would worry so much, and I'm like, I'm going to be the rock.
Sure. And so saying that the Godhead is the all, and we can simply say that the all is everything, then if we then say, okay, if this is a mental construct, if everything starts off in the mental realm, and then
everything starts off with an idea, and God said, let there be light.
A blueprint.
It wasn't light. Yeah. He had a thought of turning on the light. So he had a thought to turn on the light switch, and then here we are.
That's another interesting concept there, is that in a lot of the ancient texts, whether it be the Abrahamic faiths like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism.
Thought.
Yes, exactly. And so what I'm saying is that in the beginning, it was God said, and so it's like,
they say the first thing was a word, but in fact, the first thing was a thought, which brings me into E equals MC squared. And I'm glad to hear, because this is what I really think about sometimes. Not really, but a little bit. So
I'm sure you're up wringing your hands at night saying, "Oh, E equals MC squared."
Well, it's not the most important thing in my life. However, so when we're growing up, the fastest thing in the universe is?
Well, when you were growing up, they told us it was light.
Speed of light. Okay, so E equals MC squared. As a physician, highly qualified individual, handsome we'll go with. He's come a long way.
I'll go slightly above average.
All right.
Slightly.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch. So anyway, E equals MC squared. Can you please break down just real quick? E is
energy.
Mass is
mass.
Mass is mass. The C in the equation is
the speed of light.
Speed of light
squared.
So the speed of light squared is the speed of light times the speed of light.
Yeah. Pretty fast.
So I'm pretty sure that that's fast. So I thought speed of light was the fastest. So why are we saying that energy is mass?
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson had a great point that he says you matter, but if you times you by 2 times the speed of light, you're energy.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the same thing.
So
if you have matter that vibrates fast enough.
Here's what I break it down. I'm like, okay, so here comes manifestation, right? So energy is thought. And then it goes up to the next dimension, whoever's our spirit guides, they say, right? Or whoever guides you gives you the intuition. And they're like, okay, that's what you want. Well, they can't make it. What was the guy that you dress up like at Halloween sometimes? The blue guy and bald and you're wearing the Speedo?
Dr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan. Let's get some pictures of that up.
Yeah. We should get that.
I'll get to look at that enough. Let's.
I would say that's a good costume. That's a good costume.
I tell you, it's the same costume for the last 50 years of you. Which is, look, buddy, I would be pumped up.
I do fully dressed years.
Do that.
And then
maximize your talents.
Yeah.
Look, man, your discipline has gotten you to where you are, and really, that's just manifestation. That's drive and go and energy and thought. It all comes back to the same thing. So I think we were saying Dr. Manhattan reaches out into the future, right? And again, you're standing up on the cliff face and you're looking over to the right, and that's your future, your past, and whoever's up above you makes something that's mass, right? Because energy turns into mass that's traveling at the speed of light squared. So then it comes back to you. So mass is your thoughts return to you. So thusly, think about what you want. Praying would be the same as manifestation. Right?
Sure.
Praying, thinking about what you want. Yeah. So we're saying
it's creating the blueprint on a higher plane of existence. So we talk about that. We talk about thought realm, we talk about emotion realm, and we talk about the physical realm. And so emotions are a different vibratory frequency than like the physical manifestation of that. And thoughts are even a higher representation or higher frequency than the emotional frequency there. They're just bands of energy vibration. That's it. And so the lowest of those vibrations is what we seem to call matter. And if you think about it in terms of H2O, we'd say that the matter is the ice because it's at the lowest, slowest vibration. So ice is just it seems very stable, and it seems like it's very solid, and it seems like it doesn't necessarily move per se. When we're looking at it, we're like, oh, ice, that's pretty solid. But you add a little bit more energy, then the vibration of the water molecules start to speed up, and then they liquefy, and then they're in this liquid water that we see there. You give a little bit more energy, and all of a sudden the molecules start vibrating so fast that they break free from their bonds and start to become vapor. So if you think of vapor in terms of water vapor, liquid water, and ice water, you think of thoughts as the vapor of the water. You think about the emotions. Our emotions are energy in motion. Would be our emotions. That would be the liquid phase of that.
What is the base word of emotion? In motion? Emotion.
No, it's emotion. One would say
is the energy thoughts
in motion. Yeah.
That's kind of heavy.
Yeah, it really is. And so this is a whole other podcast as far as the words that we speak and the meanings that they have, and somehow the meaning of those words have been
fill this in. Are you ready?
Have been simplified.
Blank a doodle do.
Cock-a-doodle do.
Might have to blank that out. Blank willow.
Blank willow.
Blank willow.
Weeping willow? I don't know.
Blank willow.
I don't know.
It's got a little piece of skin. Pussy willow.
Oh, pussy willow. Yeah,
Okay.
My mind's not on the pussy. So.
I didn't say that. I was talking about a
On the
freaking
pussy willow.
soft, super soft. Anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what a
lost
pussy
me.
willow is?
I know what a pussy willow is,
pussy-
but I didn't make
what
that
do you
connection.
mean?
My psychic
Blank
powers have
willow.
lost me.
What else is there? Was there
Weeping
an actress
willow?
named Willow?
No. There's
What are we
Willow
talking
Smith,
about?
but that's the opposite. That's the
Willow or
opposite
Willow?
direction.
I just
Yeah.
realized that. Wait. Never mind. Let's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
talk about those guys. That's an interesting story.
Yes. So
Speaking of
so
pity parties.
if we're getting
Sorry,
back to
Will.
energy, and we're talking about we take in the analogy of the water molecules
Water
and their
to
states
steam to
in
water.
and the
Okay.
three states. The steam, the
Vapor.
liquid, and the solid, right? And then we just rename those synonymously with the water vapor is the thoughts, the liquid is the emotions, and the physicality is the ice. So then when we say how do we go from steam to liquid? Well, you have to condense, and so
it slows down the vibration.
it slows down the vibration, and then it becomes heavier, slowly vibrating.
Okay.
And that then our thoughts then become our emotions, and then our emotions start creating the chemistry that's necessary to run our physical body. As those emotions condense further,
Okay.
or as they slow down and concretize or solidify.
Concretize, bro.
Concretize.
Awesome word.
Then and
Would
so
you mean
it's
just
it's all
solid
basically
for us mortals?
it's all basically the one thing. So we're comprised of thoughts, emotions, and just out of
So
simplicity.
you could say those are your different chakras then?
Well, you could, and so I would say that
Thoughts on chakras?
In a way, the chakras are simply just a gradation system to describe energy frequency bands. And so, as a human being in this third dimensional space, we then would say, okay, how can I recognize a simple way to describe the infinite complexity that is this package?
The reality of the reality?
The reality of the reality.
Of this reality.